सुप्तं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
हरणं मधुरं तरणं मधुरं हरणं मधुरं स्मरणं मधुरं वमितं मधुरं शमितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
कुञ्जा मधुरा माला मधुरा यमुना मधुरा वीथी मधुरा सलिलं मधुरं कमलं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गोपी मधुरा लीला मधुरा युक्तं मधुरं मुक्तं मधुरं दृष्टं मधुरं शिष्टं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गोपा मधुरा गावो मधुरा यष्टिर्मधुरा सृष्टिर्मधुरा दलितं मधुरं फलितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
योगेशं सच्चिदानन्दं वासुदेवं व्रजप्रियं धर्मसंस्थापकं वीरम् कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा गीता परिवार हमारा ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा गीता परिवार हमारा
जय भारत माँ जय गीता माँ जय भारत माँ
सबसे न्यारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
भारतीय संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा। ज्ञान और विज्ञान यहीं से सबने पाया सारा, सबने पाया सारा। कुछ भूलों से हारा फिर से जीते देश हमारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागशील सेवा व्रतधारी युवा जगे पुरुषार्थी।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागशील सेवा व्रतधारी युवा जगे पुरुषार्थी। वैज्ञानिकता विनय सभ्यता स्वभाव हो निस्वार्थी, स्वभाव हो निस्वार्थी। देशभक्ति में तेजस्वी हो फिर समाज यह सारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
महावीर गोविंद शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे। परंपरा की पुण्य चेतना उर में हम सब धारे, उर में हम सब धारे। बाल हृदय में उसे जगाकर जगे देश यह सारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
समर्थ बनाओ।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागो सारी दुर्बलता को राष्ट्र समर्थ बनाओ। बंधु भाव समता ममता से सबको गले लगाओ, सबको गले लगाओ। चलो विवेकानंद मार्ग पर शुभ संदेश हमारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा। भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार।
हरि शरणं 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 हरि शरणं
हरि शरणं हरि शरणं
हरि शरणं हरि शरणं
हरि शरणं हरि शरणं
हरि शरणं हरि शरणं
हरि शरणं हरि शरणं हरि शरणं हरि शरणं
हरि शरणं हरि शरणं हरि शरणं हरि शरणं हरि शरणं हरि शरणं हरि शरणं हरि शरणं हरि शरणं हरि
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी बरनौ रघुबर विमल जसु जोदायकु फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीसति हूँ लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज संवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतई सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहीसा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा है, प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबरपुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्त न धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, कीजय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय। श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज, निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी। बरनउ रघुबर विमल जसु, जो दायक फलचारी। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके, सुमिरौ पवन कुमार। बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि, हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर। रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे, कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज संवारे। लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई। सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे, अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते, कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा, राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर है सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु, लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि, जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे, तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा है, प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्तन धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, कीजय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय।
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna, everyone. A warm and hearty welcome to each and everyone present here as we gather here today to delve into the profound wisdom of 18th chapter of Bhagavad-Gītā, the second half. This chapter encompasses profound truths that can help us navigate the complexities of life, find inner peace, and meditate the inherent conflicts that arise within our minds. So let us start our session with blessings of the divine. For prayer, a prayer is a way to connect with the divine and seek blessings for oneself and others. For today, we have Shri Smita ji to recite the prayer. Smita ji, Jai Shri Krishna.
जय श्री कृष्ण दीदी, जय श्री कृष्ण। वसुदेव सुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णौ वन्दे जगद्गुरुं, कृष्णौ वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। जय श्री कृष्ण।
Jai Shri Krishna Didi. Smita ji is one of our senior sadhak and she is from Pune. She is a housemaker and she is a trainer for level 1 to level 3. And she is also serving as tech assistant for level 1 and level 2. It is believed that lighting a lamp, diya, symbolizes the eradication of ignorance and the attainment of knowledge. To do this honor, we have Srimati Sushma Yogesh Patil ji. She is from Pune. She is a level 3 trainer, level 2 and level 3 trainer mentor. And she is also Jignasu Pathak examiner. Welcome ji.
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम् शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृतां कलहंसकृतावासां वरदां शारदां नुमः
Thank you so much, Sushma-ji. That was a divine beginning indeed. Now we have arrived for the moment we are waiting for, to welcome our esteemed speaker, Shri Shraddha ji. Shraddha ji resides in Hyderabad. She is associated with Geeta Parivar since August 2020. She is disciple of Param Puja Govindadev Giri Maharaj ji, and she is currently taking classes in L4. She is serving as a trainer, examiner, vivechak, and heading the class monitor team. And the list goes on and on. So let us come together with open minds and open hearts to observe the pearls of wisdom that Shraddha ji will share us today. Welcome, Shraddha ji.
Thank you, Tejaswini. Jai Shri Krishna, everybody. A very warm welcome to the session, all of you. Let's begin by remembering Swamiji and Parampita Paramatma. Jai Shri Krishna. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Haraye Paramatmane Pranata Kleshanashaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavatam Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Kratitam Purana Munina Matye Mahabharatam Advaitam Ratavarshini Bhagavati Mashtadashatyayini Amba Tvamanusandadhami Bhagavadgītā Bhavatveshini. Om Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha. Hari Om. Am I audible? Maybe if somebody can just confirm.
Yes, you're audible, Didi.
Thank you. So we are at an onset of beautiful chapter. As I just sang in the prayer, Ashtadashatyayini. We are at the Ashtadashatyaya, the last chapter of Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā, which is known as Ekadhyayi Gita also. And so far in this chapter, in the first part, we have seen some very important thing, how this chapter has started, how this conversation in this particular chapter has started. It started with a question from Arjun, and it was a very basic question, and it was a very intelligent question that made Shri Krishna go through all the concepts of Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. All that he had told so far had to be covered all over again by Shri Krishna. That kind of intelligent question Arjuna asked, asking what is the difference between Tyaga and Sannyas. I want to know it by principle. I want to understand the difference between Tyaga and Sannyas. And in reply to that, Shri Krishna has given beautiful answer. And first, he has also shared the opinions of what other intelligent people say, and gradually has given his firm opinion on it. And as a part of his firm opinion, he has told that 3 things we should never give up. There are 3 things Shri Krishna mentions that should never be given up by a person, by any sadhak, and that is yajna, dan, and tap. These 3 activities are activities which were pavanani manishinam. He has said these are pious action which are responsible for what? Purification of our body and soul. And hence these 3 should not be discarded. And today we also have Geeta Sevi program. That is, we all at Geeta Parivar are doing a Geeta Mahayagnya. At Learn Geeta, this is a Geeta Mahayagnya. And this is a beautiful opportunity for each one of us to do our part in this Geeta Mahayagnya, offer our ahuti in this Geeta Mahayagnya. We should all, as indicated by Shri Krishna, try to use this opportunity and do this great tasks in our lives. There are call for volunteers. Everybody should try to make the best of it. Why so? Because the more we learn, see, we all want to assimilate Bhagavad Gita in our lives. What Swamiji has given us a sentence, which we all want to ultimately follow, is Gita padhe, padhaye aur jeevan mein laye. To be able to get it in our lives, we should be working in its service. Only when you serve somebody, then that kripa will happen for you. When we sing prayer for Bhagavad Gita, Ashtadasha, we call her Ambatvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita. Then when I'm calling her Amba, my mother, when you are serving the Bhagavad Gita, she gives you something back in return, and that is her blessings. Unless we have that, it is difficult to understand Bhagavad Gita. So that is the importance of being a Gita Sevi, importance of doing this yajna and tapa, and also this is one thing, by becoming a Gita Sevi, all the three things we can do: yajna, tapa, and dan. All three things together as Gita Sevis, we all are able to do. And on that note, let us try to understand these principles of Bhagavad Gita in more detail. So this is about the action that we should do to understand this. What are the actions? The subtlety of the actions is the topic for today also, coincidentally. So let us see what Sri Krishna has told. After telling the importance of Yajna, Dan, Tap, Sri Krishna has mentioned 3 types of tyag. What are the different types of tyag? Under what situations people abandon their duties, and whether it is justified, not justified, all that discussion we have seen last time. And we had reached a point where we had seen that whatever actions are done, there is a tyag and there are some actions that will be done. The actions are of different types. The actions will bear different results. Some are favorable results, some are unfavorable results, some are mix of favorable and unfavorable. We had seen how these results are, and after this, now this karma phala, what result you get will depend on the type of action that you will be doing. To understand what types of actions can be done, first, we all know that action, karma, is a means of purifying ourselves. To get the best out of any action, what we should be trying to do, to get the best out of the action, we have to first understand that karma in itself, the cause of action, what are the things responsible for success and failure of actions. All these things we should try to understand first, and that what Shri Krishna explains in the first shloka that we are going to discuss today. Panchaitani mahabaho karanani nibodhame sankhye kritante proktani siddhaye sarvakarmanam panchaitani mahabaho. Shri Krishna is telling him, hey Mahabaho. He's addressing Arjuna as Mahabaho because he is capable of doing great tasks. So he's saying, hey Mahabaho, there are 5 basic causes which are responsible for the completion or accomplishment, siddhaye, accomplishment of any task, sarva karmanam, whatever actions are being done by you, whatever actions are being done by a human being, there are 5 things, 5 imperative things which are responsible for what? For accomplishing those tasks. Which are those 5 things? Shri Krishna will be explaining. Now here one word Shri Krishna uses, nibodhame. Nibodhame, I am explaining you. You have to learn this from me. So with that importance, you have to understand that what Shri Krishna says is, we have to understand. Now we don't have time to read big scriptures. So Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā is very small. This is the best possible short book that we can see to understand these causes behind any task which can make your task successful. What are these 5 reasons? 5 things which are responsible for accomplishment of any task. Adhishthanam tatha karta karanaincha prathak vidham vividhascha prathak cheshta naivainchaivatraspanchamam. Krishna says there are the 5 things. The first thing is the adhisthana. Adhisthana. Second is karta. Third is the karana. Then fourth is the prathak, vividhascha prathak cheshta. consider that one thing, and Daiva. And we should understand each of them in complete, comprehend everything in totality. So now let us to understand these things properly. Let us assume the task of farming first. When a person is doing farming, a farmer is doing farming, what all he needs? He needs a place to do the farming. So first thing that he needs is a farm. Then if anything has to be done on that farm, first we need a person who can work on it. That is the farmer. And after having a farm and a farmer, what the farmer will have to arrange, he will have to arrange some equipments to work on that farm. After all this is done, he will have to plan everything. How should be the irrigation arranged for this? What types of seed should be done? I should assess the soil. Which type of plants will be coming? All these things he will have to assess. So, and in spite of doing the best possible effort, on the day of harvest, there is a possibility that it ends up raining. That is the fifth category. What are the things? Let us see. First thing I told you that is needed is a farm. Farm is the adhishthana, the place where any action is going to be accomplished. In our case, what we all are people. Our body is the adhishthana. Unless and until we have these hands, legs, and all other organs, it is not possible to accomplish anything in any action, obviously. So this body is our adhishthana. The farmer, in the farmer's case, the farm is the adhishthana. Then who is the karta? The karta, the task is done by the body. It is the doer, the one who keeps saying, I have. Now, there is a little complication here. Some people will say, is it the Atma or the Jivatma within us, or is it the body? For now, the karta is the one from which the action is being done. So anything now here, the pure, it is this Atma that is within us. It is a part of the pure Atma, but it is Jivatma because of its closeness with the body. What is it? Because it is residing in the body, it is so closely associated with the body that it becomes the karta. For instance, when we have to convert that jewelry into a proper gold, into a proper jewelry, without adding little impurities, you cannot make a jewelry out of gold. No jewel can be made with just pure gold. So to get any action done, that Atma has to be converted into a Jivatma. It has to be kept in the body. It has to have that proximity with the body. Then it can be then it can accomplish something. So this Atma is getting converted to a Jivatma due to its closeness of the body, and it becomes the Karta. But every time we should remember that this is a reflection of the Almighty. And then the third thing, the farmer had a farm. He decided to do farming, and he started getting all the equipments. So equipments are the instruments that are the karanam. The instruments, the sense organs, upakaran. Now I'm seeing with the help of the specs. So netra means eyes. Upanetra is a word in Sanskrit which means the spectacles. So the word, when it is applied, it means the means by which I am watching. This karana, this upanetra is the karana, it is the instrument. Similarly, when a body is accomplishing something, it has its karmendriya, jnanendriya, karmendriya, 2 hands, 2 legs, and the jnanendriya, eyes, ears, man. All these are the karmendriya. When using all these instruments, a body or a karta will be doing his efforts. Now, these efforts are planned. Vividhascha prathak cheshta. Cheshta means efforts. So, planning all what should be done, how everything has to be planned. All these efforts that a person takes, that is called as cheshta. Vividhascha prathak, different types of efforts that are being taken. That is the fourth essential thing. And if everything is in place, also there are there is something called destiny that comes into play, Daiva. Now, one thing I want to make very clear, that when we are talking about Daiva, here do not think that it is luck. Bhagavad Gita is not telling us to believe on luck. What is the exact meaning of Daiva? We'll come to it. But for now, what we have to first understand, that it is only 1/5 of the factor which is responsible for the success of your task, for the success of any of your jobs. Now, when Daiva is first meaning here, Daiva is definitely, it has two meanings. Daiva, we have to understand that whatever are our past actions, the result of it will be what will result in Daiva. So suppose like we were talking about the farm. Now, if the farmer has had some actions which will lead to some kind of failure, he has some past actions due to which he has to suffer with a bad yield for that year, he might, at that last moment, that rain might happen. What if we all are doing actions? So if any action is done, the result has to be there. So our past actions have resulted this, and that will be more, that will cause the Daiva. And Daiva is also the blessings that we can get. Now, the Daiva also, you can improvise your actions. There are a lot of things about improving. In Karma Kanda, there are remedies to this Daiva. Now, there are some other Anushtan we can do. There are different types of pujas that we can do. Our daily, the simplest, easiest thing that we can do to improve our Daiva, improve our fortune, is making an effort to connect with the God. How? To by the means of daily sadhana, daily puja. These are small things which we can do. Our following the rituals, following all these practices that our ancestors have told. They had a great study of all the Vedas, and whatever they have told us, we should try to follow. Doing that, we can improvise our Daiva. That is Daiva. So these all 5 things together will lead to what they will be deciding whether that entire effort is going to be successful or not. So these are the 5 things. First one was the Adhisthana, that is the body or the place where the action is happening. The Karta, that is the doer. Karana, the instruments. Cheshta, the efforts. Then Daiva. Now all these put together, they will be resulting in accomplished of any task. Now, this is not only at the individual level, it is also at an organizational level. So sometimes, the importance of Bhagavad Gita, that people say they limit it to a very individual level. Now, the same thing applies to even at organizational level. Where will my office be? When teams are working together, also this shloka is appropriate. Who will be doing what? Then how will the efforts be planned? And in that, are we having the right people to work with, so that the misfortune will also not be there? All these things together, they come into play not only at individual level, also at society level, also at the organizational level, everywhere. And Shri Krishna further elaborates the entire concept of karma, of action, in the next shloka. Sharira vang mano bhiryat karma prarabhate naraha nyayam va viparitam va panchayate tasya hetavah. What Shri Krishna is saying, every task starts from 3 things. There are one of the 3 will be the cause for a start to task, which are the Sharira Vang Mano. Sharira Vang Mano Bhi. Here Tritiya Vibhakti is used. Using any of these 3, any task will be started. What are they? Body, your speech, and your mind. So any task, prarabhate nara, any task has to be started from either it will be body, from starting from the body, starting with the speech, or starting with the mind. Now, for any task to be good, We have seen earlier, Shri Krishna has elaborated exactly same thing he has told about tap also. When we in the Shraddha Vibhaga Yoga, we have seen what Shri Krishna has told. We have to understand that these are the three things which are going to be the starting points of any task. It is desirable because we are aiming for sattvic tap. Then what we have to try to have in mind is have all these three in the best possible form. So for that we have to follow what Sharirik tap that we have seen in the 17th chapter. Same three things, Manasik tap, Vangmay tap. These things we have seen earlier in the 17th chapter. Exactly, these are the three which start any action, and how should they be? Shri Krishna has explained earlier the best sattvic tap, rajasi tap, and tamasi tap. He has explained these three in detail and sub-classified as to sharirik tap, Sattvic, Rajasi, and Tamasi. Then Vangmaya tap, Sattvic, Rajasi, Tamasi. Mansik tap also this is Rajasi, Tamasi, and Sattvic he has explained. So imagine the amount of depth Shri Krishna has given us into actions. So not only the cause, the starting point of that, and how we can keep that starting point clean, how we can keep that starting point Sattvic also has been covered earlier. Now, whatever has been told in that 17th chapter, that we should try to follow. All these austerities should be followed in the sattvic form. Then what will happen? Our karma automatically will tend to become sattvic. If we follow the sattvic sharirik tap, our vacha is shuddha. If our speech is pious, then we'll follow the sattvic tap. After doing all these things, what are these all these ending up with? What if this is done or not done, whether it is whatever way you are doing, these three will result in two types of task, nyayam or viparitam. Nyaya means actions which are recommended by our scriptures. So either a person, depending on whether his tap is sattvic, rajasic or tamasic, what he will do, he'll end up doing actions according to the scriptures or against the scriptures. Viparita means against, opposite of scriptures. Nyayamva means as prescribed by the scriptures. So these types of action will happen. And Dhyayamva viparita. Now all this science he has explained, these three are the starting points. This type of action can happen no matter as a result of all this foundation. Okay, what is the foundation? Sharirik tap, mansik tap, and tamasi tap. Depending on what kind of efforts are taken at this level, actions are either nyaya or according to scriptures or not according to scriptures. But even in that case, whatever action is ultimately coming out, it will also depend on the 5 causes that he told in the previous shloka. Panchaite tasya hetavaha. So these 5 tasks that will happen under the influence of all these things that we discussed will be responsible for what? Either successful completion of the task. This will happen. So for instance, let us take now, how do we explain this? Now suppose a person, let's say that person, a mansik tapa, the thoughts are not pure, and he decides that he wants to have the bomb factory only. In that case, whether making a good product or he's trying to make a bad product, the support system that will there, the supporting factors that will be there will remain the same. They will remain the same. Adhisthana, karta, karana, etc. That we have to understand. And further, Shri Krishna is explaining tatraivam sati kartaram atmanam kevalantu yaham pashyatya krita buddhitvan nasa pashyati durmatihi. Tatraivam sati kartaram. Even if that is the case, the action that is being done, though Atma is not one of the, but nowhere Shri Krishna has mentioned that Atma is the essential component of doing this task. Has he mentioned? No, the Karta is there. Karta is a different thing. Karta is a part of the nature of the Prakriti. It is a part of the matter. Atma is not matter. Atma is a part of the Purush, isn't it? So, but what happens? Many people end up believing that Atma itself is the doer. Now, we are all set on a path of understanding who am I. So with what Shri Krishna is telling here, akrita buddhitvan. Some conclude what, that I itself am the Atma. I am the doer. Then Atma is doing everything. Atma itself, they start believing, is the doer. Atmanam kartaram pashyati. What they think, that the soul itself is the doer. Atmanam kartaram. So they think that it is the doer. However, this itself is ignorance. He says this is durmati. For example, we light a lamp to do our routine task. Now under the influence of this light, in the evening time, we'll start the light, and in that light we will start starting chanting your Geeta Dhyas, doing prayers. Some people will be cooking. Different activities are happening under the light that you have started. So can we say that the activities are happening because of the light? It is happening under the influence of light. It is happening under the light. That's true. But can we say that the light itself is doing all the work? If I'm sitting, if I turn on a light and I'm starting reading Bhagavad Gita, can I say that the light is doing all that job? No. Similarly, all the tasks that are accomplished by the body are done under the light of Atma. It is the Prakash that is with us. But Atma itself is not the doer. We have to understand. We have seen this multiple times. This example of sun also comes, that under the influence of sun, under the just his presence of sun, the actions are happening, but he himself is not doing everything. The entire credit of the actions happening is that of the Prakriti. It is not of the Atma. The same thing Shri Krishna has mentioned in the 3rd chapter also. Prakriti kriyamanani gunaik karmani sarvashaha ahankara vimudhatma kartahamiti manyate. There also Shri Krishna has told the same thing, that because of this misidentification, that because of that ahankari ego, this misidentification, what happens? We start believing that Atma is the doer. This is complete lack of knowledge. So what is the vision that we should have? What is the correct vision? Now here he has said durmati. So what is the vision that the learned people, wise people will have? Shri Krishna explains. Yasya nahankrito bhavo buddhe yasya na lipyate hatvapi sa iman lokan nahanti na nibadhyate. What Shri Krishna says. Now here, whatever he is saying, it appears a little serious. Yasya ahankritaha asya na ahankritaha bhavaha. The one who doesn't have the ego of being a doer, no egoistic notion. Now what does this mean? When a task is being done, he understands that the task is done by the means of the body. The Atma is just giving its directions, its light, where the person whose intellect is not tainted with this kind of ego. The intellect is not tainted by the ego that Atma itself is doing. I am only doing that. Ego is not there. By such people, even if they end up slaying somebody, hatva pisa imalloka nahantina nibadhyate, they are not tied to that action. They do not get bound by that action. Now, because this shloka is being said in the battlefield, here the example that is coming about is the hatva pisa imalloka, about slaying somebody. Not just this is also an extreme act. So nobody has any rights to kill anybody. We all know. But if it is done with a egoless feeling, that it is my duty to do this. Now today we all know. Today we are staying happily in our country. We've seen some war is already going on. Yesterday, Palestine attacked Israel, etc. Now all this is happening in this time. Who are responsible most for forefront? Who are at forefront in protecting the country? The soldiers are at the forefront. Why they are doing everything to protect it? Because it is their job to do that. Okay, and while they are doing this, if they start believing that, oh, how this slaying is an act of, it is not a correct act. If they start believing like that, then they will deviate from their karma. And in that ahankar, that I am the one, here they will not be thinking that it is my duty. If they deviate from their entire philosophy, the correct way of thinking, then the whole purpose of them being there will be lost. What is being said here? Shri Krishna says their intellect is not tainted. Sa iman lokan hatva api hanti na nibadhyate. No matter, even if somebody gets killed by them also, then that person will not be bound by those actions. It will not be considered as a sin. In Ramayana also we have seen that Sri Ram has had not a war with Raja Bali, but when he killed Bali, what had happened? So he was in support of Sugriv. He had done the same question had come: is it right to kill? In that also, it is because his act was proven to be wrong. Killing the people who have committed sin is his dharma as per the Shastras. So he has done that. So that is the reason it is justified. Here also Shri Krishna has used this example of slaying someone because it is said on the battlefield. So Arjun is fearing killing his own people. It is not like he has gone out without any reason. He has gone out to kill his own people. That is not the case. Arjun is there to follow his Kshatriya dharma. Today is Indian Air Force Day. Our Air Force has been protecting our nation with full conviction. They are doing it. They are not doing it out of any kind of dvesh. They are not doing it out of any kind of hatred towards the enemy. No, they are doing it as a part of their duty, as a part of their dharma. In that case, if they end up killing some enemy soldier, if they end up killing anybody, then they will be not bound by the act of slaying. That we have to understand. Hence the example of this example this Shri Krishna has given. In the previous Vivechan also I have told this example about a jallad, the one who hangs the people after the executes the statements, the orders given by the courts. For him it doesn't matter who is being killed, because he is doing it on the orders of somebody and it is his duty to do so. Where Sri Rama killed asuras to protect the Rishiminis. All of them, none of them are killing them because of hatred, because of any personal ego. So such people, na hanti, na nibadhyate, they will not get tainted by anything. So, but again, understand, when all this is okay, when discretion and the intellect of a person is awake, when this is being done under a proper, as a part of the dharma. And how to understand what is dharma, what is nanda, we should follow Bhagavad-Gītā, that is for sure. Swamiji mentions a very important point here, that a person will take a correct decision on this path, will take correct action. Depending on all these things, he will be doing the correct thing if he is studying Mahabharata and Ramayana. The study of Mahabharata especially, he says, will give you the correct intellect. The intellect of a person gets awakened by the stories that we study in Mahabharata. And Jnaneshwar Maharaj, he has given a very great adjective for Mahabharata. He says that Mahabharata is Vivek Taru Sa Udyan. Vivek Taru means a tree. It is a tree of intellect. So, and not just one tree, many trees. So it is a garden. Udyan means garden. It is a garden of trees of what? Intellect. Not just one tree of intellect, but many trees of intellect. And it is a garden. It is a garden of trees of intellect, this entire Mahabharata. So one should try to make an effort to understand how to act under what circumstances. If that intellect has to be awakened, we should study our scriptures. Now this entire confusion is about karma. So we have to free ourselves from the side effects of karma. We have to understand how to free ourselves. So Shri Krishna is giving us a step-by-step guidance. So far he has told what are the factors responsible for getting the tasks done. Now he is also telling us about what are the three sources of inspiration to do any task. In the next shloka, let us see. Jnanai jneyai parigyata trividha karma chodhanam karanam karma karteti trividha karma sangraham. What Shri Krishna is telling, that all the things, anything that we do, it is inspired by three things. There are three things that inspire any action. First is jnanam, that is knowledge. Then jneya. Jneya means anything which is worth knowing, the knowable. And the third thing is the parikyata, the knower of anything. So what are the three things? The knowledge, the knowledgeable, and the knower. Jnanam, jneya, parikyata. These are what? These are trividha karma chodhana. Chodhana word means it is inspiration. Trividha karma chodhana. It is these are the three inspirations for anything. So this word is very important here. Anything that is inspiring. It is, what are the three things that inspire any action? It is the jnana, jneya, and parikyata. Now how but here also it is only inspirations. Till now it is not transpired into action. Okay. For instance, suppose now I feel little thirsty. I need a break, and I think, okay, let me make some tea for myself. If I want to make some tea, what has happened? I have an inspiration to make a tea. So, but not transpired. I'm just still sitting and thinking that I have to make a tea. This I'm feeling tired. So the knowledge is that this is just an example, that I want to make tea. That is the inspiration. Here, how to make the tea, who will be making the tea, all these things will come later. But the first drive is going to be what? That the tea has to be made. Now assume this tea is to be made by somebody who is new in the kitchen, doesn't know where everything is kept. So what will be the knowledge that he'll be seeking? Where he has kept everything. How to make it properly. And there is somebody who is also knowing everything. Now with this, there is an inspiration that I have to do. But when it converts into the physical activity, what happens? There is this inspiration to make tea, but actually getting up, just sitting and thinking, these three are the reasons, and actually getting inspired to get up and start making, that becomes karma sangraha, trividha karma sangraha. What happens? This knowledge, knowable, and a knower, all these things are inspirations, and they get converted into action. Which are the three actions? Karanam, karma, and karteti. So these three are the actual actions. So what is it? Is like, the software, the trividha karma chodhana, the jnana, jneya, and parignyata is the software, which is actually going to make the hardware work. Which are the three hardware? Karana, karma, and the karta. These are the three who are actually going to get the action done. So what happens? First, there is a knowledge. So like I am thirsty, I am tired, I need tea. That is knowledge. Janati. That is knowledge. Means now I know that I need tea. Then ichhate. Ichhate means I want it. That is a desire. And then yatate. Then I actually get up and do something. So this is a sequence. What is the sequence? I know that there is a need to do something. Then I desire to do something, and then I actually end up doing something. When this karma chodhana, that is the task which is inspiring, goes through these sequence, it becomes a karma sangraha. It becomes the basis of action. So what is happening? The trividha karma chodhana, it is getting converted into trividha karma sangraha. Okay, karma sangraha, the word literally means it is the basis of action, a group of things that is forming the basis of action. So what happens? The parignyata, the one who is the knower that what has to be done, that person becomes the karta. Like, I know how to make the tea, I am the one who wants the tea, that parignyata, I'll become the doer, karta. Then jnanam, that the knowledge itself, it will turn into what? Karana. How to make the tea, that is becoming the karana. That is the actual what do you say, means of doing something. That is, instruments of any action will become karana. And the jnaya, that is the whole act of making the tea, that will become what? Karma. It transforms into the action itself. So the knowledge, knowable, that we are trying to achieve, that we are trying to understand, becomes the actual act. The jnana becomes karana, and parignyata becomes the karta. And then these three become what? Karma sangraha. Karanam karma karteti trividha karma sangraha. Now, this entire discussion is reinforcing one fact. What is that fact? That Prakriti, again, it is made of three properties by nature. Now we also should be reminded of one thing, that three gunas are there in all the matter. Now, because it has become karma sangraha, all these three things it will become, because initially it was just inspiration. It was a subtle thing. Jnana, jnaya, parijñata, everything was a subtle thing. Now it has transpired into an action, and from Prakriti, from Purush, it is come to the periphery of what? Prakriti. Now Prakriti is of three types: Rajoguni, Sattvaguni, Tamoguni. So the moment it becomes karma or a karta or a karana, what happens? It becomes Trigunatmika. It also has inherits these three properties. So what happens? The parignyata, which became a karta, that will be sattvic karta, rajasic karta, tamasic karta. The jnana, which has become karana. So jnana is the knowledge. Then there is a sattvic jnana, tamasi jnana, and a rajasi jnana. Jnaya has become karma. The karma is again sattvic karma, rajasi karma, and tamasi karma. On the same lines, further, Shri Krishna explains that these causes and the basis of these causes, which are the causes? Jnana, jnaya, parignyata, and the basis of these causes, karata, karma, karteti, these three will also get the properties of the Prakriti. And so much detail Shri Krishna has told us. See, we are so lucky that he will tell us all the three types of each of them. Elaborate science he has discussed here. What he is telling further, jnanam karma cha karta cha tridhaiva guna vedataha prochati guna sankhyaane yathavat shrunutanyapi. So what has happened? He is further telling that I'm going to tell you what Tridhaiva Guna Bhedata, three types of what? Jnana, three types of karma, three types of karta. So you listen to them. I'm going to tell you them sequentially. And while we are going to listen to them, we should be recollecting one fact, that we all know that there are three gunas. The basic structure of Sattva Guna is light, prakash. It is enlightenment. Enlightenment is the basic nature of Sattva Guna. Rajogun is what? Action oriented. Its basic form is kriya. It is action oriented. Tamogun is its basic form is sthiti. It is inertia. So these are the basic natures of the three gunas, and based on them, the jnana, knowledge, the karma, action, and the karta, the doer, are told by Shri Krishna. First, we'll see the types of jnana. The first type that Shri Krishna tells is sattvic jnana. Sarvabhuteshu yenaikam bhavam avyayamikshate avibhaktam vibhakteshu tajnanam viddhi sattvikam. So this one tattva, what Shri Krishna says, how is Satvik Jnana? That's a person with a Satvik Jnana. Now again, when it comes to knowledge, always remember, this we have seen in the 13th chapter also, we cannot know knowledge. We can know knowledge from the characteristics of a knowledgeable person. So that is what Shri Krishna is explaining here also. How is the perception of a knowledgeable person? He sees one tattva, one Brahma tattva in everybody. Sarva bhuteshu yena ekam tattva. Only one. So whatever is in me is the same thing in the person in front of me also. Once there is a very nice thing about there are now, where do we get to see these Lakshan? Where will we get to see all these? We get to see all these in our sages only, because until and unless we understand their characteristics, their life stories, we will not understand these subtle things. Because here in Bhagavad Gita, in all other scriptures, we see the theory part. And where is the practical implication of all this in the lives of our sages? So to understand how is a perception of a sattvic person, one small story I'll share from the life of Raodeo Maharaj. So once he was cooking, now he had made rotis. Now what happened, while he was making rotis, he had kept all the rotis in a stack. After some time, while he was still cooking, a dog came running from somewhere, and he just picked up 4 rotis and ran out of the house. Now, had it been one of us, what we would have done with a stick, now we wouldn't have snatched the rotis from him, obviously, but at least to scare of the dog that it doesn't come again, what we would have done, at least scare him off, at least scold, get angry, agitated, that how can this dog take away our rotis? What Raodeo Maharaj did, see, spontaneously, the moment he saw that this dog is running, Vitthal is everywhere, Vitthal is in me, Vitthal is a God, he followed, Vitthal is in me, Vitthal is in that dog also. He picked up a katori of ghee and started running. Hey Vitthal, take ghee also. You will eat suki roti or what? Put some ghee on it and then you eat it. So immediately, wait, you take ghee, and so see the thought process that goes, so pure, that it's okay, he's taking the roti, I made it for myself, he is also Vitthal is taking the roti, and let me give him the best quality rotis. What we will do, the dogs on the streets or maids, anybody will try kuch basa khana, some stale food, if it is there, we'll try to give. See, but the perception, Raodeo Maharaj, pure, whatever I am eating, my Vitthal should get something better than that. Wait, put up ghee, he's not calling it dog. Hey Vitthal, take ghee, he's telling. Similarly, there are so many instances we'll see in the in our literature. We all have discussed a story of Eknath Maharaj also. Once Eknath Maharaj, he was carrying the water of Ganga to Rameshwar. Now see, where is Kashi Ganga? He took water from Kashi and he was carrying it to Rameshwar, all the way in South India. For what? To give Abhishekam to the Shivji in Rameshwar. On the way, he saw that there was a donkey dying with thirst. He was very thirsty and almost ready to leave his pran because of the thirst. So what Eknath Maharaj did, entire Ganga water that he had got from Kashi, he gave it to the donkey to drink. Everybody who was with him, what are you doing all the way from Kashi? We've got this water for Rameshwar, and you are doing this. He said, I am seeing Rameshwar in this. Where is the donkey? I'm seeing a thirsty Rameshwar. I'm seeing my thirsty Shivji in this donkey. He has to live. Otherwise, what is the use? This is the thought that the sages had. So this kind of perception, all the sages have. This is the Satvik Jnana. This type of perception is the Satvik Jnana. And this we should feel very proud of our scriptures. We should feel very proud of our history, that this knowledge, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which now everybody knows this language. They are all learning it from Bharat. This knowledge is a gift from Bharat to the world. This knowledge, this perception of Ekta, this perception that the entire world is the same Tattva, this knowledge is a gift of our Bharat to the entire world. We should be very proud of this vision. And then Shri Krishna tells about the second type of knowledge. The second jnana is Rajasi Jnana. Prathaktveena tu yajñānan nānā bhāvān prathakvidhan vetti sarveshu bhuteshu tajñānam viddhi rājasam. This knowledge is the one which will teach distinction. Like, this is mine, this is yours. This is one. What we saw first is the high level type. This is the middle class, the medium one. This is the madhyam type of Shreni. This is the middle type, where how will be the behavior if the person is rich, the treatment will be different. If the person is poor, the treatment will be different. Dealing with a good person, the treatment will be different. Treating a bad person, the treatment will be different. The perception with which people or things around them are seen, that is Rajasi. They are Prathakta. This is the Prathaktveena. This is seen as different from each other. So this is not the kind we are seeking. See, you all might have heard about this. We sing a prayer for Ram. Pavana Bhiksha Dedo Ram. In that there is one sentence. When beautiful prayer it is, Pavan Bhiksha. You all should see. Hindi translation is being done by our Swamiji, and Marathi is originally it is in another grantha. So this is so beautiful. In that one sentence come Abheda Bhakti Dedo Ram, Atmanivedana Dedo Ram. Give me a perception that I should be able to see equality in everything. Right now, how our attitude is that of the Prathaktveena. How that a good child, not a very mannered child, well-mannered, ill-mannered, all these things we will have. Child is a child. Same tattva everywhere. That perception we have to develop. That everything we have to, that kind of vision we have to develop. Abheda Bhakti Dedo Ram. Everywhere I see that there is no distinction that I should be seeing. There is a very beautiful Subhashit in Sanskrit. Subhashits are very famous sayings in Sanskrit which teach very important knowledge. In that there is a very famous, I really like this Subhashit. It says, Ayam Nyajah Paro Veti Gadana Laghu Chetasam Udara Charinanantu Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. This phrase Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is originating from this particular Subhashit, which says, well, I am Nija Paroveti. This is mine, this is yours. This kind of thinking is who's the person with Laghu Chetasam, the one whose thinking is small. This kind of distinction is done by people of small thinking. They are of another dharma, we are of another religion, all these things. This is our thinking of the short-sighted, short-vision people. But Udara Charitanantu, Udara, the ones with the magnanimous heart, the ones who have a big heart will think what? Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Udara Charitanantu Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We all are ones with great heart. See, even when countries which are not treating us very nice, when they had an earthquake and all, our country provided them with food parcels. When the vaccine was needed by the different countries, irrespective of how the country has behaved with us, our Prime Minister has sent vaccine unbiasedly to all the countries. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We have lived that principle. That is how it should be, and not this Prathakta. See, so many examples are coming in the mind. We'll see. We'll go to the next shloka and see what is the Tamasa perception. Yattu kritsnavade kasmin karye saktamahaitukam atatvarthavadalpaicha tattamasamudaratam. And what is the tamasi jnana? Now here Shri Krishna is not even calling it jnana. It is tamas only. It is not, it is ignorance only. It is, how can there be ignorant knowledge? It doesn't make any sense, right? There is sattvic knowledge, there is rajasi knowledge, but there cannot be tamasi knowledge, because the very nature of tamoguna is what? Ignorance. So what is ignorance? Shri Krishna is explaining. Yattu kritsnavade kasmin karye saktamahaitukam adartvarthavadalpaicha tattamasamudaratam. There is nothing beyond me. Ekasmin karye. Nothing is more important than this. They themselves, the people who have this kind of perception, this kind of tamasi vritti, they what is their perception, that there is nothing which is more important than me. My thought is the only thought. My the existence is the only important existence in the world. We see this thought very prominently in the world today. Our nation is the only nation. All other nations don't have any right to live. That kind of thought, when it is started increasing in this world, this unrest has happened in this world. So this is the tamasi vritti. There is not even slightest consideration that they will have for other things, other ideas, or other people. There is a small example of a story of swan and a frog. A small frog, there was a community of frogs once living near a sarovar, near a lake. And in that community of frogs, they thought that their sarovar is very big. And amongst those small frogs, there was one slightly bigger frog whose jump used to be very long. If the other frogs are jumping, say 1 feet, this long jump he will do 2-3 feet, and they thought, oh, this big jump, this is the biggest leap a person can have. And that kind of mindset this community of frogs had. One day a swan landed in their community, and he said, he laughed at their talk, and he said, no, the world is very, very big. This is just a sarovar. It is not even a river. I forget what you are seeing. It is just a lake. It is not a small lake. There are rivers. There are big oceans. There are seas. There are ocean. Do you know how big an ocean is? You can't. And this frog started laughing. Oh, what mad fellow. He said, no, it is so big. Then they said, you don't know. Our Sardar, whoever that leader of the frog is, see how long he jumps. Nothing can be beyond. In 3 jumps he can cross this sarovar. This is the biggest sarovar. Then that frog jumped and showed off. See, so big jump. The swan started laughing. He said, you don't know ocean. This is nothing. What happened? All other small frogs did. This swan is a mad fellow. They will not understand closed ideas. This swan is a mad fellow. He doesn't understand anything. Some rubbish he's saying. When our Chandrayaan landed on moon, you should have seen the reactions. There were a lot of shots around what people, they are faking. Who took the video of them landing? This animation everybody will do. Our neighboring countries were saying that is ignorance. Just being happy with the limited knowledge that we have. That just being happy in their own ignorance, happy in their own selfishness, happy with just giving importance to themselves, that is tamasi vritti. And why so? Ahaitukam. What Shri Krishna says, saktamahaitukam, due to attachment, severe attachment with themselves, and without any reason. A tattva arthavat, without having any foundation, in truth, they will have all these. Not understanding science only, so giving such examples, no foundation of any truth, and due to which reasons, ahaitukam, a tattva arthavat, and because they are having very limited knowledge, no knowledge, they are having this tamasi perception. And this path is a path of certain decline. See, at least Rajoguni, if there is a scope for improvement, right? There, with that thought, at least person will go upward. They will seek some knowledge. But with this kind of pravritti, there is only going to be degraded actions. So what should be the intent of a person? Any sadhak should introspect. And how should the progress be from tamas gun to rajas gun? How they can go from tamogun to rajogun? If somebody wants to achieve, they should be in the company of some activists or knowledgeable people, wise people. And from rajogun to sattvic gun, Swamiji says they should be in doing satsang, and only that buddhi will become sattvic. Knowing these three types of knowledge, Sri Krishna starts with the three types of karma. He tells, let us see, try to examine our karma. The first one, he says, niyatam sangarahitam aragadveshatah kritam aphala pripsuna karma yattat sattvikam. What is the best type of karma? The best action is the one which is niyatam sangarahitam, niyata karma. First, there are two adjectives he used here. One is niyata, means it is meant for me. I am expected to do this. Like I was talking about the soldiers, our Air Force, they are expected to do whatever they are doing. That is their niyata karma. Tomorrow, if I decide to drive the jet plane, then that is not my niyata karma. It is not going, even if it is a noble cause, if it is not meant for me, it is not sattvic task. Then it is prescribed by the scriptures. It should be falling in the category of dharma. What is dharma? Anything which provokes a person to follow the sattvic path, that is dharma. So the actions that motivate us to move towards sattvic form, that fall in the category of dharma, a person should pursue as niyata. And sangarahitam, without worrying about the attachment. Why should I do? What will I get? Sorry. There should be no malice or hatred toward any task. In Mahabharata, we see an instance where there the yajna was being done, and the tasks for the yajna were divided amongst the Pandavas and Shri Krishna and everybody who was present there. So Shri Krishna took up the job of cleaning the feet of the Brahmins. Now he himself is the Paramatma, Parampita Paramatma, and cleaning the feet of Brahmins. I mean, touching the feet itself, for us also it will become so derogatory nowadays. Ask anybody to touch the feet, they don't like doing it. So this job of cleaning also, but he didn't mind. For Arjuna, he's ready to, even no matter what job, whether it is taking care of the cows or taking care of Arjuna's horses, no matter what, he has done it without keeping any aragadveshatakrata, means without keeping any malice towards any task. These people have done it. And afala prepsuna karma. There should not be any expectation of what am I going to get for this work. So for example, our independent freedom fighters, when India was not independent, there was no scope or no clarity whether what is going to happen as a result of this fight. What happened? The freedom fighters didn't think about this. Well, there were two options. Either we'll get independent India, which by effort of one person will not happen. It has to be a collective effort. In all probability, the freedom fighter is either going to die or land up in the jail. But this did not deter them from doing their actions, doing the right thing. We talk about Veer Savarkar. He's great personality, such profound knowledge, such great skill set. He was a barrister. He could have earned so much money by doing the jobs in London. Everybody had invited him to work abroad, but he could have done but his love for the nation. He followed what was right for him. He was not interested in the fruit, how much money I'm getting. No, what is correct? I don't care what my dharma is calling. There I will go. Where am I expected to go? In that direction he walked. That is the aphala prepsuna karma. Yattat satvikam uchyate. This kind of perception that people have, that is satvik karma. It will take us where we are expected to reach. But what do we see around us? Most of the time, what do we see around us? When some task is given to people, what will I get in return? If I do this, Who all are going to come to know that I have done this job? This category is Yattu kamepsuna karma sahankarena va punaha kriyate bahulaya santat raja samudaritam. What we will say, we are living in an era where nothing works without an incentive. Incentive is the word of the millennia. People will work only for incentive. And what Shri Krishna says, Yattu kamep suna karma, all the tasks which are driven by pleasures, which are driven by these kinds of desires, are and done with the ego that I am the doer, I am the one leading this particular team, I am the one who is going to be famous, ahankarena, ego of the doership. That person will be a rajasic karta. The actions done under the influence of desires and with an feeling of ego that I am doing it, are all rajasi task, rajasi karma, and it is also done with lot of effort. But okay, kriyate bahulayasam. So one thing good we should always understand is about the task is that it comes with effort, and effort is always important. Without effort, see, no matter what is happening, we should never underestimate this rajasi karma. We should always be appreciative no matter what. See, recently we had Ganpati Puja, so even at my home we do this Ganesh Thapana. So we have this aarti at 2 times a day. Morning time the kids are in school, but evening time the kids of the neighborhood, they'll come, auntie, what is her prasad today? So only to get that prasad they will attend that aarti. So that is also worth it, no? At least, see, otherwise the kids nowadays are not interested in aarti and all, but because the auntie has made some laddus and some new chuda, something is there for prasad, they will wait for me to sing those 5 aartis, and at least for that prasad they are attending the aarti. So even if it is that thing, that incentive is driving them to do a very pious action, this we have to understand. And this is very important. Gradually it will become a habit, and gradually that liking for the fruit will fade away. How long person is going to enjoy the laddu? Gradually the memories of the aarti will remain, and that love for participating in aarti will develop. But this, initially, to begin with, we should be happy about this also. We should not underestimate or undermine the importance of desire. This is one very important thing. Sometimes we say that having desires, don't misunderstand this thing as having desires is bad. This shlok, I know we have crossed the time limit. This and next shlok we'll quickly take. But one important point about this shlok I don't want to miss before moving ahead, that Yattu kamep suna karma, when I say that this task is driven by desires, we should not feel that the desire is a bad thing to have. It is good to have desires, especially we should have mighty desires. How should our desires be? Desires should be driven by sattvikta. Our desires should not be driven by harming others, being competing with each other. Now, simple thing. One desire that Swami Vivekananda had, that his Guruji's message should be spread across the world. The desire was so hard. Kriyate bahulayasan. In those era, nowadays, moving across the world is an easy task, but it was not easy when Vivekananda was there. When Swami Vivekananda had this urge, this desire that the message he could have just settled in India, just thought, oh, let me at least first awaken the Indians, the rest my future generation will do. No. He took all the efforts possible to ensure that not only India, the entire world knows how great our country is, how great our scriptures are. He worked very hard, and that is why we are where we are today. So this is an importance of the desire that Swami Vivekananda had. The desire that Narendra Modi ji has, that our country is going to lead the world, that Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, wherever it is, that desire is there to get recognition for our nation, to get the best things for our nation. This kind of desire is good to have. Where if this desire is not there, then nothing can happen. Unless desire is great, great actions cannot happen. but we have to be watchful of what desires we have. So for that we have to be sure that what three things, Sharira, Vang, Mano, Viryat. Our mind should be clear, our mind should be sattvic, so that our ichhas, our desires are sattvic, and then that transcends into what? Great sattvic karma. Even if it is Rajoguri karma, it is very much necessary, provided it is backed by great desire. There are some other countries working with a very opposite desire. That kind of desire is going to be a derogatory for the entire world. But what type of desire we should have? It should be purified by sattvika. Our desires, our ichha should be purified by sattvika, and that will result in what? Great actions. And the last one Shri Krishna mentions about the tamasi karma, anubandham kshayam himsa manaveksha cha paurusham mohadarabhyate karma yat tattamasamuchyate. Anubandham kshayam himsam, something that leads to violence. Anaveksha cha paurusham, unnecessary boldness, without this thinking whether I have the capacity to do it or not. So there are these beaches and all where, big oceans are there, beautiful beaches, and this new generation, sometimes I swim so well, let me swim in unseen water, in waters where you don't know how the currents are flowing. Trying to go and experiment your swimming skills is no kind of bravery. Unless and until you know what that the act of bravery is worth it. If the act of bravery is in a right direction, then only you have to do anaveksha cha paurusham, whether I'm capable of doing it or not. 5-6 soldiers, if they decide today, no, we will go and fight the entire army, it is foolishness. It is paurusham. Paurusha means bravery. It is great capacity, one's own ability to do something. It is great, but it is not required anapeksha. It is without disregarding, it is not possible to win over an army of 1,000. So that is unnecessary. And how all this is being done? The foundation of this is mohadarabhyate karma. The karma arabhyate means this karma has originated due to lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge because of ignorance. All this type of karma is originated. Any karma that falls in this category is what? Tamasi karma. And then we have to understand that what we should do? We have to stay away from tamasi karma. We have to continue doing the rajasi karma with purified desires and aim for the sattvic karma. On that note, I will conclude this Vivechan. The rest of the discussion about 3 ingredients of actions for the karta, we will see in the next sessions. Whatever discourse we have seen so far, I offer it at the feet of Shri Gurudev and Shri Krishna himself. Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Hari Om Tat Sat. I'm sorry about the time, but I have a syllabus to complete. I'm very sorry. If anybody has any questions, they can. Didi is there.
Ha, Didi. Sorry, I was on mute. Didi, thank you so much, Didi. Thank you so much. We are immensely grateful for the invaluable knowledge shared with us today, and your ability to articulate a complex philosophical concept with simplicity and such easy examples are very easy for us to understand. Thank you, Didi. Thank you. Sumanji has a question, I guess. Sumanji, unmute yourself and you can ask.
Jai Shri Krishna, Suman Didi.
जय श्री कृष्णा दीदी। जय श्री कृष्णा दीदी, आपका विवेचन बहुत ही सुंदर और सरल होता है। आपका विवेचन सुनने को बहुत मन करता है, आप बहुत अच्छा बताती हैं। मेरा एक क्वेश्चन ये था कि मैं महाभारत पढ़ना चाहती हूँ, तो वो कौन से राइटर की पढ़नी चाहिए?
महाभारत तो मूल पढ़िए, मूल महाभारत गीता प्रेस की जो आती है, आई वुड रिकमेंड दैट ओनली। मेरा भी अभ्यास इतना नहीं है, 2 चीजें करी, स्वामी जी के प्रवचन सुनिए. स्वामी जी has very good प्रवचन on Mahabharata, and after that in Mahabharata, I'll just answer it in English because it is English
जी
written. What she's asking is which Mahabharata to read. So I will recommend Geeta Press Mahabharata. There are 2 types. So there is a series of 2 books, Sankshipta Mahabharata. There are 2 sets of books, just like each book is a little lesser in thickness from Sadhak Sanjeevani. There are 2 khandas, Sankshipta Mahabharata, and if you want to know with Sanskrit shlokas, then there are 6 khanda, very big set of 6 books will come that you can leave for later. But Sankshipta Mahabharata, it will be very good to start.
दीदी मुझे वही डाउट हुआ था क्योंकि मैंने YouTube में देखा था तो उसमें 6 खंड बताए थे, इसलिए मुझे डाउट हुआ कि कौन सा वाला लेना चाहिए. तो 6 खंड वाला सही है ना?
6 खंड वाला ले सकते हैं, पढ़ सकते हैं तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. Nothing like it. It is good, best. But otherwise you can have 2 sets. 2 this thick books are there. There is Sankshipta Mahabharata. That is Hindi. Same whatever is there in the 6 khandas, it is there just without the Sanskrit shlokas. It is in Hindi. That is available in English also. It is available in multiple languages, Marathi, all other languages. It is there.
Thank you, Didi. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Most welcome, Didi.
Thank you.
Ramana Bhaiya. Ramana Bhaiya, you can unmute and please ask your question.
Host is not allowing me.
Yeah. Now you're
okay.
unmuted.
Okay, this in this 25th sloka,
Ji.
that there is a word anavekshya or anapeksha. 25th sloka. Anabandham kshayam himsam.
Anaveksha cha paurusham, not
Anaveksha,
okay. Anaveksha.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
In the rush, I might have misspelled. I don't know. It is
No. Here I have a book here that it is
Okay.
written as anaveksha only.
Anaveksha. I think I might have misspelled. Maybe.
No. You didn't
But it is
misspell. I am only having
Veksha.
a doubt.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kanchan Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna, Kanchan Didi.
You're unmuted, Didi. You can ask your question.
Kanchan Didi, you can say. Kanchan Didi. बोलिए.
दीदी मैं ये जानना चाहती थी 7वें 8वें 9वें श्लोक में त्याग के बारे में बताते हुए पहले तामसी बताया, फिर राजसी बताया, फिर सात्विक बताया, जबकि पूरी गीता में जहां तक हमने पढ़ा है हमारी छोटी नॉलेज के हिसाब से हमेशा सात्विक राजसिक तामसिक बताया. कोई विशेष
कुछ विशेष इसमें है क्या? I don't know. This one question even I have in my mind कि ऐसा क्यों किया? In fact, in one of the Vivechan of Pravachan of Swamiji has also said that sometimes it is easier. In इसी का जो 18th chapter is Vivechan of by Swamiji, when he is explaining about karma, the jnana, he says it would have been easier if he had told about tamasi then rajasi, and this, so it becomes easier to understand. Probably that only could be the reason. But I am not sure about why the sequence has come like this. So I'm sorry, Kanchan Didi. I will try to find out from somebody and definitely.
मेरे हिसाब से ये एक ही जगह ऐसा बताया.
हाँ, जी. So, but yeah, we should try to find out and we'll see if the reason is there somewhere. We'll definitely share with you.
Uttama Didi.
Uttama ji, Jai Shri Krishna.
जय श्री कृष्ण. आपका विवेचन मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है. In Bhagavad Gita, Shri Krishna has called Arjuna in various names. संबोधन किया है in various names. अर्जुन, पार्थ, कुंती पुत्र.
बहुत सारे हैं. Yeah, many names are there.
हाँ, but Bharat Sarva he has called. My question is Bharat Sarva. Bharat Sarva. Bharat Sarva. Bharat Sarva. So he the son of Sakuntala is Bharat, but Santanu is not the son of Bharat. So
no, this is entire.
Why Arjuna is Bharat Sarva?
But because it is here, but it means Bharat, it is the Vansha that we are talking about. Like our country is Bharata Varsha. Huh? So Bharat Varsha, it here it means that it is not only about this particular person only, Didi. It is about the entire clan. In the clan of Bharata, means in the descendants of Bharat, you are the best. That is what he is saying.
But Shantanu is Bharat, is the Vanshadhara of Bharat?
Yes, yes, everything is in that dynasty only. उसको उनके बहुत सारे इसके बाद मतलब पुराने पूर्वज हैं भरत जी. So that is where the dynasty is called the Bharat Vamsh only.
Sure.
And in that entire dynasty of Bharat, that is why he is saying he is not just one Bharat. उनकी डायनेसिटी में तुम सबसे अच्छे हो, ऐसे वो कह रहे हैं.
But I have heard that Shantanu is from Kuruvansha. Shantanu is from Kuruvansha.
But they all are Kuruvanshi. Kuruvanshi है पूरा. Whether it is Pandavas or Bharat, actually they all are Kuruvanshis only, right?
Kuruvanshi.
वो है तो भाई ही है ना.
But the son of Shakuntala, Bharat, their progenitors were not very fit. That is why Shantanu was from Kuruvansha and take the chair. So how it is Bharat Vanshi? How it is Bharat Vanshi? That I am asking.
I am not sure if I'm getting your question.
No, this doubt is in my mind. That is why I asked. Okay.
Okay. I'm not quite getting, but I only understand that it is the same dynasty. So, but yeah, maybe you can consider asking Ashu Bhai or somebody. But Bharat Vansh उसी की वजह से है, that it is in the Bharat Vansha, उन्हीं के कुल के हैं, and it is the same Vansh. In that Raja Kuru was also there. So one of the descendants are same. That is why Bharat Vansha. That's the reason I know. Thank you.
Falguni Didi.
Yeah, Jai Shri Krishna Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Didi Pranam. I'm a big fan of yours ever since I have started learning, because I listen to all your extra classes also, teaching all the adhyayas and all. So somehow I really admire you. That is one thing. God bless you. And then I want to ask you, where do we get all this? I have been listening to all Swamiji's lectures on YouTube, but sometimes the link gets cut, means Mahabharat pura nahi sun pai. I had to, the war didn't come. So it didn't complete.
War is yet to happen.
Yeah, no, war didn't complete in that YouTube link. Then even in Ram Katha, some things I miss. So do we get some pen drive or something from Swamiji or something?
You can find out with Dharmashri Pratishthan. You can
Dharmashri Pratishthan. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll check with them. Okay.
Yeah, if you can just try to contact them, and if it is, because they might be available with them.
And where can we meet Swamiji, Didi?
You can meet Swamiji. So which city are you from?
I am from Visakhapatnam or Bangalore, one of the two, south.
Okay, south. Okay, so Swamiji was there in Hyderabad. Now he'll be there in Pune. So you can check, upcoming jo bhi aata hai, you can try to visit the city or get in touch with some Geeta Parivar member from your city. They will be having.
They will know.
Or even amongst faculty, even in the faculty members, you can come to know. And definitely, if you have this urge of meeting, or you will be definitely able to meet. I had the very urge of meeting him, and I could meet. I have full faith on Swamiji. So I'm sure he blesses this.
Yeah. If there is an urge, I think I'll meet him. Yeah.
Ji.
Yeah. Or a last question. मुझे ना थोड़ा I have little vision problem, but I am very interested in doing Geeta Seva. Like I want to be a trainer or something, you know. So I'm in the level 4. Vision problem is I am not very confident about managing a Zoom meeting, you know. I can read and all that. So is it possible? Should I try?
You should try whatever is possible. There are many things, and if you are inclined towards writing Vivechan, because we need lot of there are openings for that. See, trainers definitely you apply if your pronunciation. There's a lot of selection criteria and lot of competition also.
It's
but there
okay,
are
no
lot
problem.
of other
I'll try.
sevas also. So today there is Geeta Sevi, Aao Geeta Sevi bane. So definitely you can please fill the form, and definitely you can try whichever department you can get through. Please get. All seva is same. So it is not that
I know.
trainers extra. So
I would love to
definitely
do
try.
anything, even writing Vivechans in different languages and all. I can try.
Yeah,
also.
because you said you are from South, it will be really interesting.
I am from South, madam, but I am a Gujarati.
Oh, okay.
So I know Gujarati, English, Hindi, even Telugu, like that.
Yeah, your name is typical.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Okay, sorry.
No problem. All the best.
Thank you.
No, all
Thank
the
you,
best,
ma'am.
Didi. It was nice talking to you. Jai Shri Krishna. Didi was asking about that Kuru Vansh. Only thing I can tell is Kuru Vansh is a subset of Bharat. If Uttaradiri Bharat Vansh, if Uttaradiri is there, you can just note this one additional point. But anyways, yeah, Madan Bhaiya. Ji, Jai Shri Krishna.
जय श्री कृष्ण। चातुर्वर्ण्य माया सृष्टम, ये जो श्लोक है ना, इसका मतलब पूरा मिल।
That is in the 4th chapter. No? It is very deep. I think you should 4th chapter का विवेचन अभी शुरू होगा in another 2 weeks. I think you should ask that is the best thing would be to ask the 4th chapter vivecan, so everybody else will also be benefited by.
When will we start?
Just to tell you in short, it is like Chaturvarnam Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhagasha. So all these 4 categories that Shri Krishna says that these have been created as per the gunas, as per the nature of a person. They can choose to be in which varna they want and continue. So somebody who is good at studies, wants to, who can pursue knowledge based on the 3 gunas only, and the different subtleties of these gunas, the 4 varnas are made. So, but more detail, I think it is best to attend in the 4th chapter Vivechan. It will start in another 2-3 weeks, 2 weeks. I'm not able to hear you.
Yes. Okay. I think that's it, Didi. Nobody else has raised their hands for questions. Yeah. Once again, I extend my heartfelt gratitude for gracing this event with your profound insights, Didi. Thank you so much. And I also would like to extend my special thanks to entire Geeta Parivar, especially the tech team who made this event happen successfully. And before ending, we have Manisha Srivatsavji to take up the prayer. She is from Mumbai. She's a doctor, and she is serving as a tech assistant in Geeta Parivar since January 2021. Welcome, Ji.
Jai Shri Krishna. Vasudeva Sutan Devam Kaunsachanuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishna Vande Jagadguru.
Jai Shri Krishna. And I would like to request everyone to please stay until the Hanuman Chalisa is done, and then we can end the meeting. Thank you, everyone.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी बरनउ रघुबर विमल जसु जो दायक जाय कुफलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीसति लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज संवारे। लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतई सम भाई। सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्योताहि मधुर फल जानू। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा कीजय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरना मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय।